Let me take our first question with General VP Malik for his time also, as we say again, thank you to him here. So what really are India's options? You've heard the Prime Minister making it very, very clear that he has given a free hand to our forces. Would we be looking at kinetic options soon?
Prime Minister is now obviously referring to kinetic activity from our side. And when he called all the service chiefs, including the CDS, and he had the NSA as well as the Raksha Mantri with him, he would have conveyed what is the objective that he has in his mind. What kind of punishment or what kind of damage he expects to be caused by this thing. So that would be, I would call it the aim of the objective of a political activity. The political aim, we call it. Now, based on that, our services, all three of them, they will have to work out what would be the military strategy. They'll have to work out what the targets are. Where are the opportunities, and what will be the implications of each one of those options that they have in their mind. Mind you, we always have some short-term as well as long-term options, contingency plans available with us. So they will weigh up those and look at the implications, look at the adversary's reaction, and then finalize that plan. And then they will go back to the cabinet, to the Prime Minister, Cabinet Committee on Security, to get his okay and launch the action that they have in their mind. Now, mind you, this is something he has already told them that there is no time restriction. It is up to the availability of time that they want. It requires certain amount of preparation. Okay. So it's not something that can happen within the few hours or within a day or two. It will depend when our preparations are complete for that contingency which we want to adopt.
Okay, when you say that, I want to take another quick question before I, go back to the other gentlemen on the panel. And on your screens are also more details of how the story has moved vis-a-vis both the India and the Pakistan side. One side are developments that we have seen vis-a-vis India. On the other side is Pakistan that is clearly in panic. We do not know why. But General VP Malik, tell me another thing, sir. Are we looking at a limited warfare or a war? I mean, what is a real possibility right now?
Yes, I think both options are there, limited war as well as the full-fledged war, other than the nuclear war. But, in between, there is that escalation that takes place. Even if you start with something, you have to be in a kinetic action, you have to be prepared for escalation taking place. Sometimes the escalation takes place very fast, sometimes it can be slow. So we have to keep that in mind, and we have to keep, our aim is to keep it limited, or to fight only a limited war. I think that would be the aim even now. Then we have to make sure that every step that we take, that is under observation, it is being monitored, not just by the military, but the whole setup in the cabinet committee. The political intelligence as well as the military, they will have to keep an eye on the escalation that can take place, that monitoring that takes place. So escalation control is also very important, whatever action we want to start, if we want to keep it a limited war. Mind you, Kargil war was a limited war. Yes. And we kept it under control with some action that we had. The other thing that also is helpful, that if there is communication between India and Pakistan, between their militaries, which is there even today, that also can be helpful in controlling the escalation. So what is important is that we should understand it can escalate. If we want to control escalation, then there are certain steps that we must adopt right from the beginning.
I think you're absolutely right on that bit. I want to take this point now to General VP Malik, who's been very patiently waiting, because people are asking General Saab whether, retaliatory or punitive. What is that action that we must be doing right now vis-a-vis Pakistan?
I think that has been their habit right from the beginning. They've always been doing it. They get into panic. They make a lot of noise and a lot of loose talk also. So I don't think we should pay much attention to that. And if they are causing panic for themselves and for their own public, so be it. But that doesn't worry us. And we should not sort of take every sentence that they speak as something important. Because I have also been watching and following their loose talk. And we should just ignore that.